Hello, ministry partners and friends and family. Today I'm behind the camera because I wanted you to see this valley that Gina are at right now. This is called Danner Loop in here, named after a family that was originally settled in here. And it flows down through here. We are standing on the back porch of a dear family that comes to our AROC church, and we came over here after lunch to have a meal with them and just fellowship with them. I've been here a number of times, and I've told Morgan, the husband, that this is a beautiful view and it declares the glory of the Lord. And so I wanted you to see this, and before you saw me here, to look at this. Down in that valley is everything from alfalfa to lots of meadow hay and grain of different sorts that are growing. This valley is full of cattle in the winter and in the fall, and they put up just an absolutely amazing amount of tonnage of hay out of here to feed those cattle throughout the winter months when the snow is on the ground and there's not much to eat. But it is absolutely gorgeous. If you look up that way, you can see the tallest peak there, that of the Waihi Mountains. Uh, Jordan Valley, the town we live in, is just this side of those mountains, and that's where we live. And then, if you were to stretch all the way down this way, way down this way would be A Rock down there. This is again kind of halfway in between, but it's just an absolutely gorgeous place. And every time I come here, at all, this is actually the first time Gina's been here with me to see this this family. Morgan married into the Skinners, which is a longtime family. They came very early on in the development of this area, and they're a generational family here. And they live across over in those trees over there. There's a couple of brothers and sisters and parents that live over there, and of course they're across the valley. This family down here that owns this ranch, they go to our church as well as a few others down in this valley a little ways that come to Bible studies and church. And so I just wanted to kind of step behind the camera to let you see this beauty. I hope this does justice for what you're looking at. I just think it's incredible, and it causes me to worship the Lord when I see His creation. I've always enjoyed the outdoors and seeing God in creation. But it made me think of a couple of verses. I just want to share those just to close. The Bible says in Psalms 104, verse 18, that God caused the mountains to arise. And certainly that would have happened in the flood. God would have judged the world. Everybody knows there's a flood. It's so evident. There's seashells on the top of these 10,000 foot mountains. It's clear the runoff and erosion shows that these were lake beds at some time. It's just most people deny that God had anything to do with it. But the Bible says that he opened the deep, and out of that came lava and water, and he collapsed this canopy from space that was around um, the the earth. We see that in Genesis chapter 2, that kept it kind of like a greenhouse effect, but collapsed that, and all the ice and water frozen that came in from the outside and from space, that brought that all in and sucked in, and who knows how many comets and everything else that came with that, caused great destructions. But during that time, as the earth opened up, it pushed up all this rock and lava all over. This country has lava tubes everywhere in it, and you know it's there, and it pushed these big old mountains up. And so the Bible says that God caused the mountains to arise, the valleys to sink down to the place which He had established for them. And God had this established, and all that soil runs off and settles down in here, and so the soil's deep here and grows completely beautiful hay here. And these meadows are absolutely gorgeous. Another verse that came to mind was Psalms 65:13. It says, the meadows are clothed with flocks. Out in those range out there, you can see those hills. There's cattle scattered all out through this country, and there's meadows out through there. And you go find the cattle, and they'll be grazing in those meadows there. And in some places down the hill, there's big bands of sheep down there, and they graze in there. In the valleys, he covered with grain. This is Psalm 65:13. I mean, when I saw this valley, that's what I thought of. He covers this with grain. So the valleys, the meadows are out here, and there's cattle just grazing. I can see them out here, back behind here. But all this washed down to make these beautiful meadows for them to raise grain. And then it says this is what is incredible. They shout for joy. Yes, they sing. The Bible teaches us that the creation exalts its creator. day unto day, night unto night, Psalms 19, it pour forth speech about its creator. And so I trust when you get out in the country and get away from all the city and all the build-up stuff, that you worship God. Creation is constantly declaring the glory of its creator. And that's our God. In fact, the Bible is very clear that Jesus Christ is the creator. He created all that we have. And so I just wanted to remind you today that take time, go camping, get out in the woods, get out to the beach, get out to a place where you can see God's creation, and let it show you that they shout for joy. Yes, they sing. So I hope this encourages you today. I hope some of you come and visit us someday and we can show you these kind of places and you can marvel with it. So I'm going to give you one more look before I say goodbye. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope this just brought a smile to your face to see the beauty. There's there's Owyhee's up there, South Mountains over there through the eave there. You can see the snow on it all the way across. God washed all that soil down in this valley. And quite a few of these people come to church and worship the Lord and thank Him for what He did. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. We ask that the Lord would bless you and keep His eyes on you and His ears attentive to you. All right. Blessing. Have a great day. All right. Bye bye.